Oh
All
shit,
right, well,
son.
let's do this. What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out channel. This is Fight Talk with the BMAs. We were out for 2 weeks. We was on vacation. Well, the brothers were on vacation in Singapore. My brother came down, and so we just took some time off. Anyway, we are back. I'm back with Curtis. We figured out, oh shit, slick. We figured out our timing
Automatic
because
fail.
even even the last couple of weeks, we were doing solo ones just because we were trying to figure out timing. But we are back together on a big one, and oh shit, last minute head kick knockout, new
Jeez.
British champion, right? For second one after Bisping, right? Is that correct?
I believe so.
Amazing, bro. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman versus Leon
Well,
Edwards.
Connor,
Well,
Connor as well, right?
Connor's well, he's Irish, right?
British.
So
Yeah, but you said British.
okay, yeah, you're right. British, yeah. I guess
But if you want to
English.
say like like London, but then again,
He's
Leon
from
Edwards
Birmingham.
is from Birmingham.
What
Yeah,
about
and he's
English?
Jamaican,
What about English? English Jamaican, British Jamaican.
I guess.
Okay,
Whatever. He did the shit,
whatever.
man.
He's there. He's there.
He did it. He did it. He
Yeah,
did it.
bro, that was fucking crazy. Listen, the first round was exciting because he was the first guy to take down Kamaru Usman, right?
I didn't even
Even
see the
though,
first round.
oh, you didn't see it, bro. In the first
No,
round,
no,
he
no.
took down
Just talk to
Kamaru
me.
Usman, right? Scored the takedown. Now, look, there is that controversy when the Kobe fight, he took him down, but they didn't count that as a takedown. But Daniel Cormier always said that was a takedown. Anyway, on his records, there was no
Oh,
takedowns. Leon Edwards took him down, took his back, bro, blocked in the body triangle, and was trying to get that choke. It was freaking exciting for him to do that. And then rounds 2, 3, and 4 is probably what you saw, which is where Usman just dominated. He just played his game, pushed him against the fence, took him down at will, just
normal,
just
normal.
you know,
Yeah,
just grinded him basically, just
yeah. That's what I expected.
that's it. He was playing that pressure game, and
Yeah.
Usman's got the cardio. And Usman, even when he was striking, he's striking so clean. Obviously, he's striking so much better now, but he's got that
Mm.
cardio and gas tank to throw clean
Mm.
strikes, even
Mm-hmm.
even in the round 3, 4, and whatnot. But he was just playing that game, that pressure game, man. And then
As always.
boy, round 5, what was it 1 minute away? And then I was
Funk.
at the pub actually watching this one. Normally, I like watching
You
at
just
home,
say you
but
went out.
yeah,
Yeah, you said
because
you went out.
we haven't met the UFC. The guys I used to watch UFC, we haven't watched one together in 3 years. So I was like, let me go watch this one together. I prefer watching
All
it at
right.
home, to be honest with you, so I could concentrate. Anyway, we were just talking. We were watching the fight. We were like, well, Usman's got this, Leon had round 1, and then boom, that left high kick came up and clean knocked him out. We went crazy because obviously Singapore, there was a lot more. I don't know why Usman gets a bad rep. People hate him. I'm a fan of him, but people don't like him. But there was a lot of Brits in the pub. Anyway, we just went
Okay.
crazy. I was like, oh my
Okay.
god.
Wait,
And I
wait,
was
wait,
saying
wait,
it.
wait. The Singaporeans don't like Usman, you say?
Not
That's the consensus you
Singaporeans,
feel?
but just the
Oh.
feeling around. And the guys I watch
Oh.
UFC with, they're all expats anyway, British, Australians, Americans. So
Okay,
they,
okay,
in
okay,
general, but
okay,
I don't know
okay.
what it is that people don't like him. I'm a fan, but when that head kick landed, we just went crazy. And that was my prediction. I sent a picture to the boys saying,
Mm.
the UFC guys, that I think he's gonna win, and everyone was laughing.
Bleh.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Uh.
After watching 3 rounds of him getting smashed, I was like, maybe I predicted wrong.
Mm.
That head kick, bro. Leon didn't give up, bro. That's just Leon's way, man. Just grinding. All the bad luck he's been going through for the last couple of years, and just then pull
COVID.
off that knockout head kick and walk off. He didn't even go for the ground and pound, man. He just walked off knowing he did it. Was fucking emotional. That was awesome, man.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the extra little hammer fist because there was a little bit of animosity. I felt like Usman was looking past him, looking through him. Wakanda forever. He was doing things, he's busy. It really, and then he's talking about next divisions and going up and so on. So I wouldn't be surprised if he had done something, gave him a little bit extra. But I mean, I predicted that it would go. I mean, I don't know if you saw the video on TikTok a couple weeks ago, but I didn't foresee where he would beat him. But if it was, it would have been a kick because everywhere else I think Usman is dominant, 100%. Everywhere else he's dominant.
Yeah, this was
So
my prediction. Can you see, bro? Can you see that, right? I don't know if you can see it clearly enough.
Okay, it's clearing. Okay, yeah.
See?
No,
And if you look at top,
that's pretty.
it says yesterday. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
I hear
cloud
you.
it.
I hear you.
Everyone who I
But
predict,
did you win any money, though, my friend?
you know me, I don't gamble. I don't gamble. But my predictions were right this time. And look, with Leon, I know everyone was kind of looking past him and whatnot.
I
But
wasn't.
yeah, I feel like some people, like I wasn't either. I was like, look, I could see Usman smashing him for 5 rounds. I could see that. But I could also
Couldn't see him knocking
see,
him out.
yeah, no, I couldn't see him knocking him out. But
I
I
couldn't
could
see
see
Usman knocking him out.
Leon winning. Now, I didn't see Leon winning by that head kick, to be honest with you. I thought he would
That's the only way.
I thought he would just strike him out, outstrike him, and his takedown defense would be better and whatnot. But that head kick was beautiful, man. It was amazing. I was, bro, so happy for him, bro. Happy for Leon.
I didn't like Usman's attitude after the fight. Did you see that?
No, what happened? I normally, like I say, when you watch it in the pub, to be honest, everyone's talking and crazy. I like watching at home and watching the interviews and all that sort of stuff. What happened after?
Yeah. That's two champions, now former champions, that had awful attitude, like very, lack of humility and lack of respect after they had lost. Anthony Joshua is the other one. We're gonna get to that. But anyway, Usman, Leon tried to shake his hand afterwards, and he was just like, he just walked past him. He didn't even give him applaud after. Nothing. Just cold, completely cold, completely.
Damn. I noticed he didn't do an interview either.
Right, there you
he
go.
Didn't do it.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He left. But yeah, Leon looked. I think he went to put his hand out, and he just walked past him like it was nothing. That's lacking so much humility. That's poor.
Do you think
that's a very bad attitude, man?
He didn't. It's not like he didn't see it, right? You're saying that he literally saw him and the handshake and he just walked past it.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that he zoomed in and saw his hand and what, but I'm sure he must have called him or something. You got to rewatch the tape and see, but either way, like, we see many champions win and lose and give props to the contender or the new winner. Not that he has to, he's not obligated to, but I'm quite sure I saw that Leon tried to say something and he walked past him. I'm sure I saw that. I'm sure.
Okay, that's great. I'm gonna watch it again. I do want to watch it again because, like I said, you can't really, especially that last round. But I swear I might have saw the opposite as well. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think when Leon was when they put the belt on Leon, I swear I saw Usman try to shake his hand, and Leon, I wouldn't say he dissed him. He just went to the interview. He was so pumped. He was screaming at the camera. So. I think I saw that. I don't know. I have to watch it again, but I'm pretty sure I saw that too. But Usman played the perfect game. The thing is, I don't think, and hear me out. I don't think it was a fluke because it wasn't like a wild shot and he clicked him. It was a beautiful timed technique. But Usman didn't do nothing wrong except, of course he got clipped, but his whole game plan was perfect. And you know what? Crazy enough, it was similar to what Chito Vera did to Dominic last week. You know what I mean?
I thought you were gonna. Yeah, it was. I thought you were gonna say even closer to that would be John Jones and DC.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's that leaning. It's that noticing that they lean to that side. I mean,
Dom. All right, cool. Boom.
When Dominic does it, he does it. He does it very expressively, and Chito sort of
shifts over. Yeah. He cuts that whole angle out.
You know what's crazy? My coach Eddie, who I train MMA with, like when we're doing drills with him, this is what I love about his thought process. It's exactly what just happened. He's like, when you throw a jab, you can throw the jab right in the middle, or you can throw it to a side. And when you throw it to a side, you're trying to direct the head. You're not throwing the jab to hit him. You're trying to. You are giving them the jab for them to slip it that way. Exactly. So Eddie's always like, throw the jab with an intention, be it a strike here, or you're trying to make him go somewhere. That's you're hitting him on the side. And it's exactly what it was. It was beautiful, man. But I think Usman, and I know for a fact everyone's gonna be like tweeting about Leon now, saying, I want Leon next, I want Leon. Before they weren't saying shit about him. Now they're all gonna be like, I want him. I think Usman will get the rematch. right?
Of course.
I do think the UFC's plan was Usman to win, Khamzat to win. Couple months later, they do that fight, big fight. Now,
Yeah.
Leon messed that up for a little bit. So what's gonna happen, I reckon, is
Good.
yeah, no, for real. I reckon they're gonna
Chill
give
on their plan.
on the rematch, and then it's gonna be a hard fight for Leon though. Like, listen, Usman's a champ and he's a beast. He's a nightmare, and he was winning. You know, 3 of those rounds he was dominating. Right? When I say, I'm not saying he made a mistake, but yeah, he made a mistake. I guess you can say in his defense or whatnot. But it's gonna be hard to do something like that again to Usman. You know what I mean? That will be hard. And so I reckon, and I reckon the rematch will be tough. But yeah, I reckon they'll do the rematch, and what comes out if he beats Nate Diaz, I reckon they'll give him someone like a Colby or Masvidal or something to keep him warm. But Colby will be a great fight. I think Colby and Kamzat will be a great fight because Colby will put on the pace, no doubt about that. He'll put on a freaking mad pace. And if Diaz wins, that's another crazy thing in the universe that happens. But that could happen. You never know. It could happen now.
Yeah. I mean, in my TikTok, I said Nate Diaz is capable of doing these things. He's capable of upsetting people. He's changing the plan. He did it to Connor. You know, he almost upset Leon. Like he almost knocked him out, pointed at him, and everything. He can do it. It's possible. It's possible. We've just seen what's possible. We've seen Julia Pena beat Amanda Nunes. We've seen. I mean, okay, fine. We've seen Amanda Nunes beat up Cyborg. We've seen Misha Tate beat Holly Holm in the last few minutes of the fight. We've seen Anderson Silva reclaim his belt against Chael Sonnen in about 30 seconds, and he was going to lose the fight. We've seen these things happen. So
how crazy is that when you link that to Anderson Silva? Because if Usman won, he would have tied Anderson Silva's record, right? We're talking about that. And that fight you just mentioned with Chael Sonnen was exactly what's similar to happen. Kind of similar to what happened. He was getting smashed for 5 rounds. Leon won the first round, but in general, he was getting smashed the whole fight. And in the last 30 seconds, he pulls off that triangle. Same with this fight. Again, if Usman won, it would have tied Anderson Silva. He was losing 3 rounds and then pulls off that head kick in the last minute. Man, fucking crazy.
I knew something went crazy because it was about 6 a.m. and my phone rang and I'm thinking, huh? And I'm really close to the concierge downstairs, like we're MMA fans. And I was like, who's your prediction? And he was telling me similar to yours. He was like, Aldo's dead. He was like Paulo, and he said Usman. And I look at my phone and I see Isaac and I'm thinking, oh shit. And then I quickly I went to sleep, woke up again and checked and I just saw, oh shit. That's why he's calling me.
Freaking crazy. Wicked, man. I'm super happy for Leon, man. He's the man. And you know what I love about him as well? I love his attitude. I've always said that. I love his vibe. He ain't changing or nothing. Yeah, it seems like a very kind person. He's got his charity thing. Just his attitude as well, man. My guy just talks normal. Like, there's no front. He's not putting on a front. I'm not saying Usman did, but you could tell probably Usman's character changed a little bit. Hopefully that don't happen to Leon or whatnot. But
from when he got the belt, as in before. That's from before he had the belt to when he got the belt.
Yeah, when he was in a fight, when the ultimate fighter to now. I'm not saying I know him, but there's a little sense of change. Leon's just so real. Like he's just chilled. And I don't think the UFC would the moment was amazing, but he's not someone that's going to sell mad pay-per-views unless they bring that rematch to Wembley in London, which I heard Dana say they're feeling. That fucking for UK fans will be big.
Or he says, look, give me that free piece in the soda guy. Let me deal with him.
Yeah, but does he deserve title shot? That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. He could do that.
He might not deserve it, but he's like, I want to fuck him up because I'm the champion.
Yeah, well, that was
Usman's called out many guys. Remember, Usman's called out. Usman asked for the rematch against Colby.
And Masvidal as well. He asked for both of those two as well, actually. Yeah, he could do. Because that was a head kick KO. So they're going to basically tell Usman, you got to sit out for a bit, get back into it later. So maybe if Leon says, look, I'm ready to go by the end of the year, make it happen. You know what I mean? So maybe.
I doubt it. So many times, yeah. I'll be surprised if he does. But how many times have you seen a newly crowned champion say, I'm taking time off. I got to fix my elbow. I got to fix my knee. I got to fix my head. I got to fix my eye. I got to fix my knuckle. How many times have you seen that?
Mm.
I'll be surprised because even Usman, he beat Woodley, which we saw in Malaysia, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fix my hand or something like that." It's like, oh, and then he's away for like 5 months.
Yeah, so that means I reckon he'll get the rematch with Usman, and they'll do it in London. They're gonna do it in UK.
Early
That'd be
next year,
awesome. That'd be
I
sick
think
if they did it in
early
UK.
next year, like
Yeah,
early or spring next year, I would say is when it would happen. I don't think it will happen this year. If it does, wow,
I don't think it happened this year. I mean, when
yeah.
I say it happened this year, that's if only if Leon's like, I'm ready to go this year, and he just wants to fight Masvidal or something, right? Whereas with
Mhm.
Usman, I think that'll be early next year. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. But I mean, like, what are you saying? Look at me now! Look at me now!
Pump,
I
pump.
remember him fighting in Bama, right? Um, and he beat. Remember, Wendell Lewis, the trainer in Urban Kings, the wrestling coach.
Yeah,
I remember I didn't see I wasn't there to see that fight, but I had heard that he had beaten him. I saw the replay. Then I went to Bama when I saw you there. Remember? I think I saw you
yeah,
Bama.
yeah,
And you remember he won that fight as well. And I'm thinking, who is this? Then I see he's in the UFC, and I'm thinking, all right, this guy's got trajectory. And he started winning, and I'm thinking, I hope he goes somewhere far because not that I know him or anything, but I've kind of seen him go from A to B and now C, a champion. That was
yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, damn, I I kind of seen that trajectory, and I'm kind of happy that I witnessed him from like humble beginnings in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's amazing. That's it's
It's
crazy,
really
man.
cool.
And like I said,
It's
he's
really
such a
really
cool
cool.
dude, man. I just like his attitude, and I'm so happy for him, basically, man. It's crazy. I
Very
mean,
hard
like I said,
worker.
I'm not saying I'm happy that Usman lost because I'm a Usman fan, but I'm just happy for Leon, to just kind of get this and win. And just this sport's crazy, bro, because it's so amazing how these things happen. It is a crazy sport, bro. The way it happened was just mad.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I didn't, I mean, if I didn't realize that, I mean, I only just realized recently that he had won in the last few moments. I wouldn't have even thought that it happened like that. Like, I didn't realize he was losing all of these rounds and then boom, came back. That makes it even more interesting because I remember hearing the commentators they were writing him off, you
I
know,
mean, I think
as you
everyone
were.
was. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
everyone was. Not that they were writing him off, but it's like, okay, well, Usman's
but it's
game plan
done.
worked. Yeah,
It's
Usman
done. Yeah, it's
game
done.
plan.
It's
But the
done.
fact is that Leon just fighting to the end. I mean, it's not like he gave up. He
Mm,
was still fighting to the end. It's just Usman's game plan was just nullifying him, which is what he's supposed to do.
it's just
Usman's
what he
perfect
does.
at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's it. Yeah, that's just what he
But
does.
one little slip, man, and a kick. Beautiful. Absolutely
That's
amazing. So
it.
we've got new
I
UFC welterweight champion Leon Edwards, freaking English, British, Jamaican English, Jamaican British, however you want to pull it, but smashed it,
right.
bro. Absolutely smashed it.
Damn,
Um,
that's amazing.
let's quickly
That
go
is
through the main
amazing.
thing because I want to talk about the Joshua thing because and also there was the bare knuckle fight and we can quickly go through.
That was
But you saw the
very
Joshua. I think you know
interesting.
more about the
I
Joshua fight
did.
than I do, and I heard some
Yeah.
stuff. But the co-main
Yo,
event was more like a people's main event. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold, which was a crazy fight. They were gassed to the
really
shit, but
all
crazy
over
fight.
the place. All
Yeah.
over the place. All over the place. I heard Luke Rockhold talking, and he sounds like he had found himself in a different way. And I mean, Costa seemed he seemed motivated. He made weight for a change, like so. I knew that there was going to be something exciting about this fight, and it's a shame that Rockhold did retire in the end. But I felt like he was in a good place. I felt like maybe he didn't embarrass himself. He didn't get beat up. He didn't nothing. Like it would have been good to see maybe if he had one more fight and see if okay, I'm done. But it's his time. All in all, what a fucking brutal fight.
Great fucking fight. Yeah, no, for real. Great
Brutal,
fight back and forth. I mean,
brutal.
you could tell they were both gassed up. And I think people again were writing off Rockhold in regards. I thought Costa was gonna knock him out, to be honest.
Did
Just
you
because I did. That was my prediction that Costa was gonna win, but I thought he was gonna clip him.
knock him
And
out? Yeah,
Rockhold and that and people were saying that his chin, and maybe that's what I was thinking as well. Like, you don't
yeah,
have the chin no
yeah,
more.
yeah,
He did
yeah.
take some strikes. But it
He
was
did.
his gas tank like that I was surprised on. Like, damn, he's gassed out.
Rockhold.
But but even Apollo was kind of gassed out. You couldn't go in and finish it, but that was a great back and
Yeah, they
forth
were.
anyway. And at the end, Rockhold was rubbing his blood all over his face. Did you see that at the last bit of the fight?
No,
He had him in the mount. He had mount on him, and then he just started rubbing his blood all over Canelo's face. It was nasty. So that was the way he finished off. But yeah, I mean, good
But
for
you know
him for
what?
retiring.
Yeah, no, definitely. Sorry to cut you. I was gonna say, I felt like there was a lot of openings for Rockhold to exploit, but as you said, he was too tired to take them because Paulo looked hittable, very, very hittable in the later rounds. I think if he would have hit him with a couple combinations in a leg kick, probably would have been done. I feel.
Possibly. I mean, he threw a lot of those body kicks, which Rockhold's good at throwing that. Was it the right body kick? I think it
Yeah, and
was.
he threw some nasty spin kick, like it was like a spin feint, and he threw the shot.
Yeah, like a
That
free
was nice.
560 taekwondo type kick.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice. It was
That
nice.
was
It was
good.
nice.
That
It
was
was nice
good.
to watch. It was
But
nice
yeah,
to
that was
watch.
a good fight. And then before that was the legend Aldo versus Morab. I don't even have to pronounce his name, but
Oh, geez. The Vashali. But hold on. Where does Costa go from here, in your opinion? Before he
he
jump
was
ship.
what was he? What was he ranked? 6 or something?
Let me bring that up here. I mean, forget the numbers. Who would he fight, in your opinion? Because you're always really good with the matching up. You remember,
I don't
everything
know if I
in
do
regards
remember,
to
man.
that.
I'm trying to remember now.
Okay, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it,
I
leave
would
it. Let's move
say,
on.
I got it. I got the things up now.
You got it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, he would go some Gerard Cannonier, right?
Ah,
Fought
that's a
Marvin
point.
Vettori. Did he win Marvin? No,
No,
he fought them.
he lost that one, and he was a balloon. He didn't he
Yeah,
didn't
the
lose, he
weight was
didn't he
bad.
missed weight.
Derek
Yeah, yeah,
Bronson's
yeah.
up there. Derek Bronson's up there. Yeah, I would say either Sean Strickland. No, he won. He
Okay,
just won. So maybe Gerard Cannonier or Derek Bronson.
okay, okay. And then what? Top two and three, top three and four.
Yeah, Cannonier's 2 and Derek Bronson's 4. Paulo Costa
Okay, that
6.
makes sense.
Yeah, Sean Strickland lost, so maybe he might fight someone like Darren Till or Jack Hermanson or even
Makes
yeah.
sense.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so he's in the mix then. He's in the mix. All right.
cool. Let's move on to Aldo versus Morab. Morab, how do you say his name, bro? Morab.
Oh, is it Davashili? No,
Yeah.
hold on.
I kind of saw that fight going that way, bro.
I I mean, when I spoke to my concierge and I was like, all those fighting. He's like, who? I said, oh, a wrestler. And he was just like, okay, he's done.
No, but bro, the guy didn't take him down once. Was it once? I don't think he took him down once. Like, I don't think he got takedown. That Aldo's takedown is fucking
Defense
amazing.
is strong.
So yeah, his
Yeah,
takedown defense
it's
is so
strong.
strong, bro. So it was just like Aldo didn't really pull the trigger. I think he threw one leg kick, which we all know Aldo for, and he stopped
He's
that. He stopped that
gun.
technique a long time
Yeah, he was
ago.
gun shy.
I just thought
Yeah.
Morab would put. I mean, I know it was a bit of a boring fight. People saying it's a bit of a boring fight because he's pushed him up against the cage and whatnot. I knew Morab was going to push the pace because he's that kind of guy, and whatnot. But I did see I saw the fight going that way. But my heart was saying Aldo because he's a legend. You know, I'm always loving the legend, and the guy is still in the top 3. I mean, he was number 3. You know, in that
Yeah.
division after all these years, the guy Aldo is just such a legend.
His skills his tools haven't dulled in all these years of fighting and losing and whatnot. He's still so sharp, so fast, so versatile, and he still has this belief that he can claim the gold in another division. I mean, hats off to him. Hats off to him. There was a time a couple of years ago when we probably all thought he was done, right?
So good. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean,
We all thought he was done. When Max Holloway tore him up and um Volkanovski, he was going through a lot of bad patch. I thought, okay,
yeah,
all
even
right, take them gloves off, put it in the
Peter
middle,
Young, when they
right?
fought,
Yeah,
yeah.
right, yeah. So,
But I
oh
think
man,
might be a good. I don't know, man. I don't think he'll get up to that title. I don't think he'll beat the Peter Youngs and whatnot, the Aljos. But I don't know what he does next. I mean, he's such a legend. He could do whatever the hell he wants. But
boxing, go to boxing maybe.
maybe follow Anderson Silva's steps. But he hasn't gone through loads of knockouts or anything like that. So, I think he's good way to walk away now.
Could do. I mean, he's yeah. his stock is still good, I'd say. I mean, he's still one of the biggest names, WEC legend. I mean, he was unbeaten for like 9 years or whatever it was. Like, so, you know, hats off to him. Hall of Famer, simple.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt.
Hats
All
off to
right, cool,
him.
bro. Well, why don't we move on because there's lots more to talk about, and then the timing of this Zoom thing's gonna die out. But there was more other fights,
Mm,
bro. There was I know there was a couple of other fights on the card, but
I didn't see any of them.
let's move on to there was a bare knuckle fight with MVP and
Oh,
what's his name?
fuck.
Why have I gone blank? Mike Perry. Mike
M-
Perry.
Mike Perry. Yeah,
Did you
yeah. Who
hear
won?
Mike Perry?
No.
Mike Perry won on decision. Yeah. Mike Perry won the decision. He even knocked MVP down in the first round, and then they fought their way to a decision. I haven't seen the fight. I saw
Okay.
highlights, but I do want to see
Okay.
it because I want to see how Mike Perry was able to nullify MVP's movement.
Movement. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
MVP's got that amazing movement, but don't forget it's
Oh, the fight's
uh
there on YouTube, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't forget
Yeah.
his
I'll
movement's
send you. I'll
great.
send it to
Yeah, with MMA because you can throw the kicks and the knees and all that sort of stuff. With
you.
boxing, we've seen MVP fight before, and he's done great in that. But this is bare knuckle, and
Mm.
it's a seasoned freaking brawler, man, who's up for it, who's Mike Perry, and I
He's
think he
granite.
just, yeah, I reckon he just was just going for it, man. So that's something I'm gonna watch. But he won that fight. The other thing was AJ. AJ fought what's the guy you fought the
Alexander Usyk.
So what happened there? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I don't even know. I've seen loads of things on the internet, but what did he win or lose?
So Usyk won. I was watching with my mom, and yeah, Usyk won by decision. It went all the 12 rounds, obviously. Um, and I feel like they were both a little bit gun shy. Usyk with his movement, Lomachenko, right?
Yeah.
Especially, he has that kind of lateral movement style where he throws a jab up and he moves laterally around you. Like he was doing a lot of those. His movement was great. He was setting up double jabs and throwing his straights and whatnot. He was doing a really good job. But AJ, he had improved a lot from the first fight. He was bending his knees more. He wasn't flinching as much. Like he wasn't biting these feints as much as he was. But he's very stiff. And I've always thought he's a Goliath of a man, but he's really awkward. His movement is not very fluid. So it was, and it took him at least about 3 or 4 getting to the ninth round for him to actually warm up and actually begin to go for the body. And I think he did hurt Usyk, but he didn't do enough to win the belt. He did not do anywhere near enough to win the belt. Like it was clear as day, like it was, you got to beat the champion to be the champion. One of those ones. He didn't do enough. I think he could have if he put them combinations together, but there was times where he hit him with something and he watched him. And I'm thinking, where's your instinct? Where's your killer instinct? Take him out. So anyway, that was kind of the tale of the fight. It was, there was times when Anthony dominated, there's times when Usyk dominated, but it was fairly even. But I feel like the fight was in Anthony Joshua's hands. He could have won that fight. Ending of the fight now, all said and done, Joshua decides to take his other belts that he still has, drop them out of the ring. He got really upset about something. I don't know what it was, but something set him off, and he left, went out of to the walkway. His guys calmed him down. He came back in, and he went to confront Usyk, and he was saying stuff like, "Oh, you're not that powerful. I have character. How did you beat me?" And Usyk was just like, he had this look on his face like, "I've truly beaten you, haven't I?"
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
very
Okay.
calm,
Yeah.
very relaxed, very humble. And yeah, Joshua, it showed a very weak mentality, very childish mentality to come up with these things. Obviously, you didn't win. That's why your character's not there. Power doesn't mean anything. It's like, I have more skill than you. What? Or something to that effect. So it was really weird because you see pictures of him holding the Ukrainian flag with him, and something set him off. So it was really, really strange and very disrespectful, to be honest, because that man was on the front line
Mm.
trying to fight for his country. You know,
Mm.
this fight meant a lot to him for his people, and you out here talking about, oh, how could you beat me? You don't have this, you don't have that. Like, what?
So he wasn't gracious in defeat, which is out of
Not at
character for
all.
Anthony
not
Joshua,
at
because
all.
he comes across like very humble. I read something on one of the like when I was scrolling through, him saying something about like I've been to prison or something, like talking shit like that. Like I've had a hard life, I've been to prison. Did he say stuff like that too?
Not in that moment. I mean, I haven't heard those things. You know, I'll send you the clip anyway, but you'll just see. It's like he was questioning he said to him, "How did you beat me? I have this, I have that." You know, um, he was almost like downplaying Usyk and saying like, you know, that this shouldn't have happened.
Damn.
It was like he had too many hits to the brain. Almost, it was the most bizarre thing I've ever heard. So bizarre.
Damn, that sounds
I don't
crazy.
know.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
don't
very
know.
out of character. Because I was hearing this a little bit with some of the guys talking about it, but I was like, what the hell's going on? So he actually
You
lost
got
the
to watch
fight
it.
and then went through
He lost
those
the
antics.
Yeah, he lost the fight, and all of a sudden, you know, he was kind of very humble initially, gracious to Usyk. He held the Ukrainian flag on the other side, and I'm thinking, okay, cool. And then like I didn't see what happened after that immediately. It's only later I saw a video, and he's throwing a strap, full on like child tantrum.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah, man, it was very embarrassing, I would say, for him or someone of his stature to do that. Like it just looked weak.
That's a shame. That's a shame to hear. I would
It
love to
was
find out more about what maybe something triggered him off or what happened or
something.
whatnot. I mean, like,
Don't know.
these sort of things, like I've already seen some stuff as well. Like people just jump off the
Yeah,
bandwagon, or he should just
yeah.
retire, blah 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 blah,
Oh
cussing him and
geez.
whatnot.
Oh
And I'm like,
geez.
come on,
Oh
guys,
geez.
like, do you
Oh
like
geez.
he's
Oh geez.
such a high level fighter. He had maybe the other Usyk just better or whatever it is. Like, why you writing him
He's
off?
very skilled.
Yeah,
Usyk
why
is
write
he's
him
a
off?
Usyk reminds me of I can't think of an example. The other example is the reverse, which is Volkanovski coming down. But the fact that someone of a cruiserweight with that speed and still and carry that power to be a heavyweight is pretty nuts, to be honest. I mean, it's doable, but it's nuts. You know, I think it's his speed. His speed, his timing, and his movement. A few things that I think Joshua lacks,
Mm.
and that's what it was. But all the antics afterwards was disgusting, man. Like that's just not good.
Damn, damn.
Mm-mm,
Well, I'd love to
not
find out
good.
more. I'd love to find out more on what triggered him off and whatnot.
I heard he
Um,
broke down in the interview afterward, like he was crying or something. So there's obviously something going on
yeah,
with
he's
him as
probably
well, but
emotional
I
about it,
haven't
man. And
seen that.
because obviously he's such a great prospect, he's an amazing athlete, amazing boxer. Um,
He is, he
sometimes
is,
I mean
he
it's the
is, he
fight
is.
game. I mean, look what just happened to to Usman. It's the fight game. Like some of these things
It is.
can it might not you just because everyone around you saying
Yeah,
you're the best, and sometimes someone's has your number, or it's not your day, or maybe someone's better, man. It is
yeah.
what it is. Like as long as you fight your heart out, that's it, man. That's all that matters, really.
That's the way it goes. Like I talked to my mom yesterday, and she said, "Oh, Prince Nassim, like what happened to that guy?" I said, "Oh my God, like, you know," she said, "Did he ever lose?" And I said, "He had one loss against this Barrera guy, and he said, I'm done."
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
it.
and he was incredible. He was such a show. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
he's way before my time, but I remember seeing him come on with this like swing and very very outlandish. He took one loss, and that was it. His whole career was over. So,
Yeah,
you know, you
he
never know
just
how these things are going to happen.
yeah. I mean,
How
his
you going to
career was
react to a
over because
loss?
he chose to be over, right? He was like, I'm done.
He chose to be correct.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
chose.
yeah.
Yeah, he chose to be over. But my point is you never know how these things are going to affect people's mental state sometimes, you know?
Yeah, no, that's it, man. I mean, but you get the
You
humble
never know.
champions. I mean,
Psychology, man.
from a UFC perspective and whatnot, where GSP has spoken about it before, saying having this belt is so stressful. And there's always someone that's gonna come and beat you. It is what it is. Time don't wait for no
Yeah,
one. I know Anthony Joshua is young and
sure,
whatnot, but
sure.
people are skilled fighters out there, man. It's he's still one of the best in the world, and maybe he can build
Of
himself up.
course.
You know what I mean? He definitely can build himself up.
Listen, that guy, yeah. Talking about Anthony Joshua, he needs to know how to move them hips. You know, his hips. He's very, very, very stiff. You've seen him fight, right? It's like one, two. Very, very stiff. Very,
Yeah.
very stiff.
Maybe
I
that's
don't
just
know.
his body
I
mechanic.
feel
I
like
mean, this is why
it is. He needs to
the
hang out with
Gypsy
Tyson,
King.
man.
Yeah, this is why Tyson Fury is so unique and crazy
He
because
would have
he's
beaten him.
huge. He's
He would have beaten
huge
him.
and he has some crazy kind of movement. So
He
in the
would.
opposite sense, he's freaking unique in a different way, that he's so massive and he's got
Absolutely.
that movement. He's that's why he's probably one of the best, because he's so big and he has that
Absolutely.
movement.
He's jittery. Yeah. Like I told my mom, I've said this way before. If Joshua fought Fury, Joshua would lose. I strongly
I
believe
think
Joshua would
Fury
have
is the
lost that fight.
best. No doubt, Fury is the best. You know, heavyweight, one of the best, one
Too
of the
much.
greatest of all time, and at this moment, just the best there is.
I can't disagree with you. I
Yeah.
can't. What he does, how he does it, how consistent. Can't argue with that.
All right,
Can't
man.
argue
Well,
with
look,
that.
bro, we're
And he's
gonna get.
retired.
Yeah. Well, I heard he's coming out, but listen, bro, we're gonna get locked off because we have less than
Ngannou. Yeah,
1 minute left.
sure.
But anyway, bro, listen, this was a great I'm glad we got a chance to catch up. We took the fight. Great freaking night of fights. I'm gonna catch up on some of the bare knuckle and the boxing and all that stuff. But the UFC, I'm gonna watch round 5 again. Yep, ready to go.
Oop, there's my
But
porn star.
anyway, we'll catch up in 2 weeks. There's another UFC in France. What do you call it, man?
That's the first one, no?
Vasa versus first France card.